Okay. So let me just go ahead now and just kind of repeat, and I'll probably have to do this again. Just to repeat my stance. No comments, please. Nothing personal. I don't want to turn this into a clown show, right? It's kind of like me lecturing in a university classroom, and people are talking, right? And I'm giving a lecture here. I'm not here to form a cult, right? You understand? And most people want to go to these things. If I could disable this, I would. I can't do it on this program. I don't know how to do it. But most people, they want to go to these things and they want to just chime in and all this and that. That's why they want to be there. Well, if you want to be here because of that, you're in the wrong place. I'm providing top-level, world-class educational insight on scammers. Nobody else is doing this work. And nobody else is able to do this. Okay? So that's the situation. So now we get to Harry Dent. And by the way, let's take a look here. I don't know if you guys saw this. Let's take a look. This is an interesting video here. Did you all see this video? Take a look. This is my video. See on the other channel. I made this video about, almost 10 years ago. And you can see he claims demographics can predict economic and stock market cycles, which is total horseshit. So, well, he's got an MBA from Harvard. So fucking what? The guy's a clown. He's an idiot and a clown. Okay? There you have it. You can read for yourself. The list of these clowns is endless, folks. And they're all in the same little group. Think about that one. Take a look here on the side. What do you got? You got this fraudster. Look at his little face. Oh! I mean, look at that face. I mean, folks, once again, let me just kind of show you, by the way, in case you have forgotten. In case you've forgotten. I don't have it. I got some good stuff here, though. Should I take a sidetrack and talk about it? Right? Maybe I will here in a second.
The author of a new best-selling book, The Great Depression Ahead, economist Harry Dent joins us live from our New York City newsroom. Harry, good morning.
Nice to be here, Megan.
So just reading your bio, it's rather impressive. You are very well respected. You've predicted all sorts of things that have happened in this country and other countries when everybody else told you were going to be wrong. You turned out being right.
Did you hear that? That's an absolute lie. This fucking cunt is a liar. Megan, you fucking cunt liar. You cunt liar. You're a fucking liar. Show me, tell me, prove to me what he predicted that was right and everyone said was wrong. It's a complete lie. It's a goddamn lie. I've been following this fucking con man, Harry Dent, for more than 25 years. Okay? He's a broken clock, con man, contrarian indicator. And this bitch is lying. That pisses me off. Folks, they're lying to you. You understand that? That's what I'm talking about. This is what the media does. They come out and make, oh, yeah, you've done this. You predict this. Show me the fucking proof. Like I've done about my financial crisis track record. Show the proof. They don't have the proof. They don't have it. Assume they're lying. Okay? I'm telling you right now. Assume they're lying until proven otherwise.
Everybody else told you were going to be wrong. You turned out being right.
I had to censor this, you know. you can just
I think
watch
we're probably going to get a bounce in the markets next 3 to 6 months. People should use that to sell their stocks and 401k plans, get liquid and cash. Same with real estate. They wish they sold.
Tell you to sell at the bottom. You can watch the video. I'm not going to go over this. It's a fucking classic, okay? And you can see it for yourself. Let's go back to Dent here. Let's play the video now. As you recall, of course, I showed you Sachs Realty, all the fucking bullshit clowns he has on his show. And you can just go on, take a look. Go on Adam Taggart. Adam Taggart, you can take a look. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Adam Taggart. Well, you can do it yourself. Take a look at all the con artists he has on his show. It's all about, and Adam Taggart's, he's with Chris Martenson. Same Chris Martenson business plan. What you do is you create a channel that's doomed. Market's going to collapse. Everything's bad, right? Month after month, year after year, so on and so forth. It pumps gold. You're in the gold network. And then what you do is you say, hey, would you like a portfolio review for free? You see, and Adam Taggart gets paid a referral fee of 1% of the assets that are moved over to this financial firm. So he scares the living shit out of you thinking that you need something. He's a con man. Adam Taggart, you're a fucking fraud. You dirty, filthy scumbag piece of shit. You're deceiving people, scaring people out of the market, putting them into the hands of charlatans and getting paid for that. You, as far as I'm concerned, belong in prison. Okay? Let's take a look now. Oh, what do we have? Scam ad. See, here we go. Golden Goose Property. I was able to retire in Singapore before 40 years old. Folks, this is I'm going to play this. This is a good example of the. So Mr. Sachs is a partner with this guy. Well, of course, he's in real estate, so you shouldn't be surprised that he's involved with scammers. Haven't you all noticed, by the way, isn't it funny how so many of these fucking scammers on YouTube are from real estate? Right? Have you noticed that? These fake investment gurus, these scammers, these false heroes, they're from real estate. Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, George Gammon, right? CoffeeZilla, Spencer Cornelia. The real estate losers come to YouTube. Let's listen.
In Singapore before 40 years old, and while people are buying $1 million condominiums in Singapore for investment, this costs only £100,000. It's a Golden Goose property here in the UK, and it generates over 1,000 to 2,000 Singapore dollars every month.
Yeah, so he retired, but wait a second. You retired, but you're making YouTube videos trying to lure in people to buy your real estate fucking course? I mean, really? You have to be mentally fucking retarded to believe this shit.
In cash flow. Just a few of these, and you can retire 10 to 15 years earlier.
Sell the dream. Sell the hope. Right? You see? You piece of shit. Okay, let's listen to this now.
Do you believe we can have a soft landing?
No, it's impossible. People have to realize the enormity of this bubble. There is not a comparable bubble in real estate. This is going to be worse than the crash before, and it's going to be way worse than the real estate crash in the Great Depression.
So let me go ahead and educate you people. I'm going to give you a little free education here. I've educated you all on scammers and deviant psychology, methods and tactics, motives. Now I'm going to tell you about anybody that talks about, oh, this is going to be worse than the financial crisis. Of course, Harry Dent didn't predict it. He didn't have a fucking clue. Folks, let me explain something to you. What we saw was the largest real estate bubble in history and the biggest collapse in real estate in history. And the reason why, to some extent, it was the largest, and certainly the reason why it was the biggest collapse, in other words, the reason why it was the largest had something to do with this, and the reason why it collapsed the most was most definitely had to do with this, and that is because it was linked to the securities market through derivatives. You understand that? It's a different situation now. Things are under regulation. There's a different situation going on. That's why it's not going to be like it was before. Okay? Just that in itself. The other reason, of course, is more obvious to those lay people out there who don't understand the capital markets, and that is the fact that we don't have the types of shenanigans going on that we had in 2004, 2005, 2006, in terms of giving anybody credit to buy a house. That real estate bubble in 2005, 6, 7, popped in 8. That bubble was fueled by supply. It was fueled by supply in housing, and it was fueled by a supply in credit. You understand? Anybody could have gotten a mortgage, and there were houses all over the place to buy. This situation in real estate has not been fueled by either of those two factors. There has not been supply or inventory. That's why the prices have gone through the roof. And the credit is not as easy to get, without a doubt. Okay? So it's quite simple. It's quite simple. It's pretty basic. It's not going to be like that. Now, nobody knows how the real estate is going to correct, but we do know a couple of things. First of all, real estate bear markets, real estate collapses are common. They're expected. It happens every 20, 25 years or so. We get those. It's normal. Okay? It's kind of like a bear market in the stock market, although bear markets occur with more frequency. Real estate booms and busts are normal. Okay? And I don't know. I can't even say, me being arguably the top authority in terms of real estate analysts in the world, with my track record, even I can't say how this is going to play out. Why? Because we're dealing with something that's not typical. Even the economic cycle modeling hasn't worked for the stock market. So nobody knows. You're dealing with a decade of quantitative easing. You're dealing with the unprecedented rollout of all these programs in credit and quantitative easing for the pandemic, right? So it's very difficult to know how this is going to play out. It could play out in terms of real estate just kind of not going down a whole lot, but just kind of going down here and there for a few years. Or it could actually come down and collapse. But I would say the collapse would be more so if you had a lot of builders putting supply online, which I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Suppliers putting out too much inventory out there. Okay. And of course, many people don't want to sell their homes. So there's not going to be a 50 to 80% collapse in real estate. Harry Dent is a fucking clown. Like always, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he needs to be called out. And this guy, Saxon, everybody else who interviews this guy, everybody else who gives this guy a platform needs to be called out. They're just as much of a problem. Same goes with Peter Schiff and the people that provide him with the platform. Mike Maloney, Robert Kiyosaki, all these people, folks, call them the fuck out. They're just as evil, just as scammy, just as responsible for the misinformation as these purveyors that they interview. It's a big fucking problem. Why aren't they being held accountable? You got to hold people accountable. Okay?
This is going to show why the Federal Reserve and central banks shouldn't be manipulating the economy. These people are dictating economies, playing with the money supply, and it's dangerous because of these giant lags. This is a
so here's where Harry Dent has taken a number from Peter Schiff. He's learned that you got to throw in kind of the group thought conspiracy type of thing. The Fed is bad, manipulating the economy. You got to throw that in there, and that'll help kind of smooth over the people who want to criticize you, because a lot of people don't like the Fed for many reasons. Okay, and so he's starting to kind of throw this political slant in there, and so he's trying to. But I think it's too late for Dent. I think that too many people realize this guy is such a broken clock con man who's a contrarian indicator. Folks, do the opposite of what these guys say. Do the opposite.
First in the world. Economists don't understand this because they think it's all politics. I don't study. You know how much time I spend studying politics? None.
What you need to study, Harry, is the economy, is the markets, because you obviously don't. You're spending all your time making copy editing pitches and pitching your bullshit. You don't have a fucking clue what's going on. Guaranteed, folks. Anytime you can reach out to any of these guys. Guaranteed, Harry Dent. Guaranteed, he will not meet me on a neutral platform for a debate. Write it down. I'll guarantee you. Harry Dent is just like Peter Schiff. They're only going to so-called debate people that are kind of on their side of the fence, that aren't going to slap them down with the reality, and or are too naive to know what the hell's really going on. You understand that? That's what it's all about. These guys fear someone who's telling the truth and who knows what's going on. They fear me. Guaranteed he ain't going to do it. Not going to happen. Will not happen. Okay? Guaranteed. Because you know what I'm going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call this guy out, discuss his track record. Okay? And I'm going to let him explain. And he's going to give you the biggest load of shit. These guys are professional bullshit artists. Okay? Peter Schiff, same deal. He won't do it. None of these guys will do it, folks. Contact them yourself and see. They won't ever do it. They're afraid to be exposed. Their power comes from conning people, fooling people. They don't want to come across someone who's going to expose them with the facts. Facts, and I'm saying facts. It's a legal fucking term. F-A-C-T-S. Facts. Okay? Facts. Some of which I showed in the previous stream. For instance, Peter Schiff's performance. You understand what I'm saying, folks? This is how it works. This is the operation, how it all works, how people are being deceived. You understand that?
I don't care who gets elected president. They don't drive this ship. And all I can tell you, since there's no precedent for a bubble this big and this global, it's not going to end well.
Remember this guy, Harry Dent, he said about 3-4 years ago, if he's wrong, he's going to retire. If he's wrong this time, he's going to retire. In fact, I mean, you can take a look for yourself. Why don't you do a search right now? You'll find it. Of course, everybody and everyone's saying, yeah, retire. In fact, I think Harry Dent, he was getting trashed so much he removed the comments off his channel.
Economist and best-selling author Harry Dent says home prices will crash by at least 50%.
Best-selling author. Wow. Folks, I've told you all before. It doesn't mean anything. Anybody can be a best-selling author. It's very easy to do. They throw that out there the same reason why they'll throw out, oh, he's a billionaire, right? They want to give you superficial things to imply they're credible. They can't show you the deal. They can't cut the fucking mustard. They can't show you evidence that they're credible. They're going to give you things like, oh, a best-selling author and expert and billionaire. You understand? They're not showing you why they're credible because they know people aren't going to spend the time to look up their track record. And this guy, this Sachs who's interviewing him, he's guilty of this. Call this motherfucker out. In fact, let me show you something. You can go to take a look at this, what I saw. Call this clown tomorrow. Okay, he lists his phone number here. Call him and tell him what I fucking said. And I'm going to keep this up, this stream. You have him look at it. You have him look at my track record. Ask him why the fuck is he promoting these con artists, these known con men, broken clocks. It's because he's in the same boat. There's no other explanation. And it's going to hurt his credibility, his reputation. You let him know that. His reputation is destroyed. Nobody's going to trust this guy. Do not trust Sachs Realty. I mean, can you trust a guy to do real estate with this guy if he's promoting well-known con artists? Think about that for a second. You tell this guy what I said. You tell him that. No, you can't trust him because of that. You understand?
50%, and we'll never see them as high as they have been over the last several of years, at least in our lifetime. Now, if this is true, in order for this to happen, we would have to have a massive financial disaster headed our way. But before you turn your nose to Harry's predictions, listen to what Harry is saying, and then ask yourself, despite his timing being all so far, as Harry, or nobody for that matter, can control the last-ditched attempts from the government to kick this can down the road, you have to ask, is there truth to what Harry is saying? And I would say this, if we don't have a massive recession...
Folks, let me just tell you something right now, okay? Aside from the fact that 95% of you out there should just buy the S&P 500 and call it a day, don't ever waste any time listening to any financial media or anything. Aside from that, let me just tell you something. As I've mentioned before, understand these doomsayers, it doesn't matter. Okay, they get you to focus on doom, and you get out of the stock market. And guess what? You never get back in. The market collapses. So fucking what? It doesn't matter. Okay, unless you're able to navigate the ups and the downs like I am, and like I have, my track record shows that. Let me show you, for example. Unless you're able to do that, it doesn't fucking matter. You know why? Anybody know why? I'll show you why. And of course, just for those of you who don't know, of course, I nailed the bottom in the Corona before even it happened. In terms of on the Dow, anyway. Actually, let me show you the Dow just to be precise, because back then I was using the Dow. I still use the Dow, but increasingly I'm starting to get away from the Dow as the market. When I talk about the market, the pros talk about the Dow. When you say the market, it's the Dow. And the reason why people use the S&P is just because funds use it for benchmarking. But the Dow is kind of starting to lose its credibility as to be seen as the indicator of the market. Why? Because of all these games being played with the Dow committee removing stocks based upon stock splits. That's a problem. We've seen that a few times over the past few years. But anyway, that's why I was going over the Dow when I make the forecast. But just take a look. Once again, folks, don't worry about any collapse. You know why? Even when I predicted the financial crisis, and I even told people to start selling, shorting, boom, 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 down here, right? You can take a look at the articles I posted. Take a look. And at the very bottom, you can take a look. Fair value is here, but watch out below. First time ever I recommended buying. At the very bottom, 6,000. I even put that in my book. 6,500. I put that in my book. And I wrote about it several times in 2008 and 9. 6,500. I nailed that. Okay. It doesn't show here. It shows 66, but it's actually 65 and low change. So I nailed that. I nailed the top. I nailed the bottom. Not exactly up here, but exactly at the bottom. Okay. So my point is this. Okay, you're not able to do that. If you're not able to do that or get close, so you don't have to nail it exactly. Just get close. Okay. And remain disciplined. If you can't do that and remain disciplined, or you don't have access to someone who can do that, it doesn't matter. You know why? It only matters for a couple of years, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years. Okay? That's all it matters for. Because you know what? Long term, take a look at what the financial crisis looks like. Okay? It's kind of a hiccup. You see that? It's a hiccup. Okay? Long term, it's a hiccup. The COVID pandemic market sell-off is a slight pause. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is this. My point is, think about the value of listening to these doomsday guys. They're going to cause you to miss the market. You're going to get into a cult of these people like that are in the Peter Schiff cult, for instance, that believe all this horse shit, and they missed out on the longest bull market in history. So it doesn't matter, really, if the market collapses. It doesn't matter. So what? It's going to rebound. Do you understand that? It's going to rebound. If you're in America, anyway, we're talking about the U.S. stock market. You understand what I'm saying? You're at greater peril if you fall for these guys. Okay? And what I do, I try and optimize performance and focus on risk. And when the day comes where I'm no longer to consistently forecast the market, I'll stop it. Okay, that's one of my talents, and I'm probably the best in the world on market forecasting. But I do many other things because, see, I understand if I can't get people out towards the top, at the top, and get them back in towards the bottom, at the bottom. If I can't do that, if I'm not getting them back in, then my forecast of getting them out was useless. Okay? It was damaging. You understand that? These guys that were predicting doom all the time, Harry Dent, Peter Schiff, and the list is endless. They're always about selling, selling, selling. And when the market collapses, they tell you, oh, it's going lower. It's going lower. Keep going. They'll stay out. They never get you back in. And you know why? Because they're not analysts. They're not forecasters. They're not legitimate. They're snake oil salesmen. They're trying to pitch their fucking books. They're trying to pitch their newsletters. They're trying to pitch their investment funds. They're pitching a narrative, and they don't have any credibility because their track records suck. They're broken clocks. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you should never listen to these guys. Any of them. Anybody coming out talking about a collapse, stay the fuck away. It's detrimental to you as an investor, and hopefully you understand that now. Okay? So that's all I've got on Harry Dent. I was going to go over so many other people, but I'm kind of tired. I don't feel like it. Maybe some other time. And yeah, that's it. Once again, folks, stop being a passive spectator. Okay, stop being a spectator. Get active. Spread this material. Help people. Help people avoid the scammers. Help people avoid missing out on their retirement. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. At the end of the day, nobody needs anybody. All you need is to stay away from all the scammers and the bullshit. Just buy the S&P. It's that simple. It's that simple. Because most people, the majority of people, are much worse off if they try and navigate things. Okay? If you can't navigate things, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna underperform, and you may even remain out of the stock market because you were fooled by this nonsense that comes out of the mouths of Robert Kiyosaki, a complete career con man fraudster, Harry Dent, Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, the whole gold pumping doomsday broken clock scene. Okay? YouTube as well. The bullshit artists, these people, the majority of these people out there, they were following Cathie Wood. They were riding Cathie Wood, her coattail. Okay? They have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And then you have guys like Everything Money who pretend like they're value investors. He has no fucking idea. Value investors don't fucking day trade. Okay? That's a scam. Everything Money's a fucking scam. Paul, you're a scammer. Stop it, you loser. Value investors don't day trade. Value investors don't short stocks. Okay? You understand? All these people on YouTube talking about investments are fucking scammers. And one more thing, let me just mention this, and I'll try and repeat this over and over again. And I want everybody out there, I want you all to take this to every single guru out there, every person who pitches their real estate, buy my real estate plan, I'm a real estate expert, every person who pitches their trading plan, every person who pitches their Forex thing, their Forex trading, I want you to tell them this. Number one, all real estate courses are a scam and always have been. Okay? Back from the days of Tom Vu. Okay? Tom Vu, Carlton Sheets, so on and so forth. And you got today, Dean Graziosi was also doing that shit. Now he's with Tony Robbins pitching that shit. All real estate programs, courses are scams. Why? There's no secrets to real estate. Remember, you're listening to the guy that predicted the details of the financial crisis, the real estate-induced financial crisis. Predicted the collapse in real estate. I nailed the bottom 5 years before it bottomed. I knew where it was going to bottom in advance. Okay? I predicted the reverse mortgage boom as well. Many other things. There's no secrets in real estate. Okay? All you need to know is what something is worth. You buy low and you sell high. Okay? Real estate valuation, that's what you need. That's what I do. Market valuation for real estate is largely a bullshit, by the way. And it can be very inaccurate during periods of flux, uncertainty. So real estate, there's no secrets, folks. No secrets. Anybody selling secrets is a fraud. They're a scammer. Write that down. Tell them all I said so. And I can guarantee you, none of these fuckers will ever go on a neutral platform with me to debate that. Guaranteed. All these people talking about Forex trading, how they can day trade Forex and make great money. That's a lie. They're scammers. Okay? Forex trading is extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. And you're also getting scammed on every trade. Every trade you make, you're getting scammed by the brokers. That's a fact. I worked in the fucking on Wall Street. I know what's going on. It's unregulated. Forex is essentially unregulated compared to the stock market. They're allowing these guys to fuck everybody. It's been going on for a long time. Okay? Forex, people pitching Forex, you can make a lot of money. Yeah, you're going to blow up. You're going to eventually blow up. You're going to take 20-to-1 margin and you're going to blow the fuck up. Okay? But of course, the Forex is along the lines of day trading. All these people talking about trading, day trading, trading for a profession, penny stock trading, all these trading programs, trading courses, trading rooms, they're all scams. Trading alert services, they're all scams. Write it down. There's no exceptions. If you think you found an exception, you go to your favorite trading guru and you tell him about me. And you say, you know what? He's willing to audit your trading room, your course, whatever. Okay? Tell them that. Okay? They won't do it. What some of these guys do who've been around in this boiler room industry for a long time is they've realized what they can do to game the system is that they can have a trading room and where they're trading penny stocks and they've got their paid subscribers in there where they're saying, okay, I'm going to tell you when to buy and when to sell. And so what happens is because it's a penny stock, it's a micro cap, it's easy to control the price. So they're buying it before they tell you to buy it. They're in before. And they get you to pump it up. And they sell it before they tell you to sell it. Okay? A lot of these guys do that. That's why I can guarantee you none of them will go on a neutral platform and trade what I tell them to trade. They're going to want to trade their penny stock bullshit. But anyway, they're all scammers. People selling real estate courses, Forex trading rooms and trading courses, people selling day trading courses, all this stuff. They're all in alerts. They're all scammers. That's a fact. Remember, I'm the guy that's been a Wall Street insider, been in this business for almost 30 years. I'm the guy that predicted the financial crisis with more accuracy and detail than anybody in the world. And I predicted it in print in 2 books that enabled anybody who read them to make a fortune. Okay? And I'm the guy that since then has also had amazing track record. I'm not going to go over the track record. You can look at it for yourself. So, and I don't like to talk about myself. I don't like to brag, but I'm telling you this because it's important to know who you're listening to. Everyone's opinion, everyone's statements aren't of equal weight. You understand that, right? I'm telling you these things as an experienced, high-level professional. Okay?